Oh my god. What the f was that? Look at it out there. Horrible. Pouring it down. Windy as anything. I was hoping we'd get a bit more summer yet. Hello, welcome back. Today we have 18 items going out. It is Monday morning, nice and early, absolutely horrible weather, wind, rain. I chose today to be the first day of me getting back into running as well, didn't I? I got up this morning and I looked out the window and I was like, oh God. But I did it anyway. Only managed 3k. I was absolutely soaked and like everywhere was like flooded and it wasn't a very good run, but hey, I got out right. If I can go out when the weather's that bad, because it really was, I reckon that was possibly worse than any day I had during that challenge I did a few years ago. You might have seen the video on my other channel. I did the 496 challenge where you do 496 kilometers over a month. I think today's weather is worse than any of those days, and that was in January, so that kind of tells you how it is today. If you're new around here, my name is Mike and I resell stuff out of a large spaceship slash shed, and I gave up my day job 2.5 years ago to sell stuff online like all this full time. Before that I was doing it part-time, kind of as and when I could. For what, 4 years, 5 years was it, something like that. I do lose track, I do, but it's been a while. So we've got 18 items going out. Now I've got these 3 already because they're upstairs in the spare room. Like the board games and jigsaws are still going to live up there for a while, as are these mushrooms and as are some of the books, but pretty much everything else is now in here, or will be in here by the time I finished upstairs. Made some good progress over the weekend up there. Not got around to painting it yet. I'm packaging by myself today. Claire's working, so I've got 18 items to package up myself. Hopefully we can get them knocked out like before lunchtime, and then I got a few hours before I need to pick the kids up from school. So I like to kind of get most things done before that, but I do a bit of work when I get back afterwards as well. But I like to get like the more difficult things done, the packaging done, any photographs I'm doing done, and then do the listing and video editing after that. Yeah, so these 3 items, there's not a lot of money in some of the stuff I've sold today, I will say that. There's a few lower value items, there's a few, you know, better items as well, but there are a few of those kind of, yeah, less desirable things, which I'm just glad have gone. So this Among Us jigsaw went for £2.25 plus postage. This mushroom, I have quite a lot of these mushrooms, but I decided to list some of them singly to see if it makes any difference, you know, being a lower price. And somebody's bought this pretty quickly for £6.50 plus postage. I might end up selling more of them singly at this point. These mushrooms, I wouldn't say they were a bad buy, but they were definitely kind of slow. But this time of year, they do pretty well. So hopefully I can get through the rest of what I've got in stock and get them sorted by the end of the year. And another low value item here, £4.99 plus postage on this. It was missing quite a few parts. I was going to get rid of it, and then I thought I may as well just give it one last go, right, coming into Halloween. It's like a little kind of trick-or-treat Halloween game. I just thought I'd give it one last try and then it'll be in the bin or charity shop if not, but there you go, £5. Better than nothing, right? I got my extra lights charged up, ready to go, just need to put them up. I'll do that later on. Not quite sure how I'm going to space them. Do I move this one to like here? I've got one there. Do I move that to here and then put one a bit further up that way and the same at the other side? I think that's probably what I'll do. So next we have these two Thomas the Tank plush. Had them up at £12.50 plus postage, accepted an offer of £9.99 plus postage. I think these must be in here. I think I've written it down in the SKU book, because I hadn't listed them at the time yet. There we go. Now these are actually ours. I bought them from boot sales, and when I bought them, they were just coming out of the Thomas the Tank phase. So they never took any interest in these at all, but they have been, you know, sat on the beds for a while, and they always end up at the end of the bed, like on the floor, like in the corners of the room. I was like, why? The amount of plush we've got is madness. If you could see it all, you'd be like, why, Mike, why? They didn't take long to sell. I suppose Thomas the Tank plush are fairly rare. I mean, I can't say I've ever really seen them out there before, I don't think. Okay, so we've got a couple of Warhammer items. We've got two of the same thing, which is these Imperium Necrons, I think. Yeah, Necrons. I was asking 20 quid each, but we went back and forth with offers on two of them, which is the only two I've got, and we settled on 36, so they've got £2 knocked off of each. So 36 for two of them. Again, that comes off the total that I paid for all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's all right in the end, this bundle. I weren't too sure when I picked it up, but I think we're going to be absolutely fine. I think I will go through once we're nearer to like selling it all and just kind of work out exactly how much we did make. Is it these? So not bad, 36 quid. We'll have that. Next we have this Disney plate. We've got £13 plus postage on it. But I'm trying to find this thing, and I bought it along with all these plates here. But it's not with them. And I probably did that on purpose, right? Because I didn't want to get them mixed up with these, because they're in basically the same or very similar packaging, even though they're a different thing. So what did I do with it? It's not got a custom SKU. Oh, I don't know. It's definitely not with them. I've just checked through. So where would I have put it? I'll find it. I have no idea why I wouldn't have written it down. Unless Claire's put it somewhere and she has a note of it. But I don't think she would have done. She would have left it to me. I brought all those plates in and put them down there. Next we have this Stitch cuddly toy. This is from the Stitch Crashers range of cuddly toys. I actually had another one as well, which sold a bit better than this one did. This one went for the full asking price of £27.50 plus postage. Still has its tag. I didn't list it as new though, just because, well, it's not new. It might have its tag, but it's definitely not new. But it's in very, very good condition. I got this from that boot sale earlier on in the season, right at the start actually, where there was those house clearance guys and they had loads of like good stuff. A lot of it needed a good clean, and you know, it wasn't in the best of conditions, but got some really good, like good Disney stuff amongst other things. They had a lot of like Disneyland Paris stuff. There it is. It's very cool looking. Its original price still on there, which was €38. Can't see what it says in pounds. Oh, £27.50. A few kind of weeks after I bought this, there was somebody else selling. I think they had the whole range of these, but they were after a lot for them. Like, was it 20 quid each, 25 quid each? Which I guess if you're a collector and it's for yourself, and they were £27.50 each from the shops, and it's not a bad price, I guess. But they weren't in particularly great condition either. Otherwise I might have considered like offering on the whole lot. But no, left them on that occasion. Next we have a pretty bog standard Disney mug, Disney store one, for £6.50 plus postage. It should be here, I think, with all the Disney mugs. Yeah, I can see it. I can't say I pick up that many Disney mugs these days. There's got to be something special about it. The thing is, I've done really, really well with certain ones in the past, so yeah, I definitely wouldn't overlook them. There's a good few out there to look out for. I think the Wally and Eve ones still do quite well, but they're not the only ones. Oh my god, what the f was that? Great. I probably should have known to take that down, shouldn't I, with this wind, but it's been up there for weeks and it's been fine with a bit of wind. Great, add that to my list of stuff to do in just a minute, because I don't want any cats or anything going near it. Bloody hell. Oh god. That was a bargain, that as well, that mirror. Claire bought it and she got a really, really good price on it. Oh well. Right, something else has just sold as the mirror smashed outside. We've got a Bopit that's sold. Yeah, these have definitely come down in price a little bit since last time I sold one, which wasn't that long ago, it was a few months back. But the prices just seem to have tanked, I don't know, maybe they'll go up again around Christmas time. But yeah, 20 quid on this. Right, I'll grab the Bopit in a minute. We've got Teletubbies new here that's gone for $12.99 plus postage. I remember when these used to do really well. Anybody else remember? I used to buy these, you know, fairly often, and they'd sell for like 20, 30, 40 quid if they were complete. Unfortunately, those days have gone. They have. This is fully working. It's almost complete. It is missing, I think, one shape, and that's it. Apart from that, it's in full working order. Nothing wrong with it. I don't think I'll bother buying these anymore. I picked up two recently. One I paid about 3 quid for, and one about 4 quid for, I think. And they both sold for similar price. Yeah, no, probably won't bother again. I have actually had a couple of times where people have asked me if I'll just sell these bits. You might be able to get almost as much money on just the bits as the whole thing. It takes up considerably less room, but I just don't think they're as popular as they once were, so that might not be a good option actually anymore. Next we got these cross-stitch magazines, $33.99 plus postage, and these are just here. I brought these down from the spare room just yesterday, so they're all in there. I won't send them out in the box, although I could do, and I've got a million boxes. I might send them out in the box. Let's see, I'll see how much they weigh. But a lot of these turned out to be the same ones, which I hope the customer has read. I mean, it clearly states that on the listing, so hopefully they have. I wouldn't buy these again. I got a big bundle of them from the boot sale for about £10, and I thought it was a really good deal at the time. And I think if they were all different ones, then it would have been. But yeah, there's like 70 of one, and then a few others as well. Next we have this Jasperware. This is not something I tend to usually pick up, but I think I got this as part of that January pick that I did. Was it from there, or was it from the big haul of ceramics I got last year? I can't remember. It was one or the other, I'm sure it was. It wasn't from a boot sale. It's not something that I would usually buy. They are kind of tucked away in this corner. Yeah, there they are. I think this little pedestal is alright by itself. I think it can sell okay, but generally speaking, this Jasperware, I've never done very well with it. I have tried a few bits in the past, but you let me know, like, is there a bit of money in this, some of the pieces, certain colours, certain pieces? Let me know down in the comments. I think it's like the blue and white that's the most common stuff out there that I see all the time. Next we have this. It's a vintage Fisher-Price little musical carousel with 4 records. I got £25.88 for this, which is an odd amount, and I don't understand why, because it wasn't like a sale item or anything. And I hadn't sent an offer out. Why would I send an offer out for that? I always send out, I don't send out percentage offers, I send out actual price offers, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know, you tell me, why would that be? I think I bought this for £1 from a boot sale. I got it along with a load of other like vintage toys. I think this is possibly the best thing I got out of all of it. Is this as rare as I think it is? Because I've never come across it before or since. It's from 1980. It's in pretty good condition. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it's alright. Next we have this egg cup. It went for £9.99 plus postage. That was the full asking price. And this is part of a bundle of egg cups that I got. I mean, would I recommend that people go out there and buy up a load of egg cups? No, probably not. But I got somebody's like big collection, and there was some good stuff amongst it. I bought the bundle because I saw things in there that I knew had a little bit of money, like the Hornsey and some of the character egg cups. There was like a Wallace and Gromit and My Little Pony and a few others. But in the end, although they were alright, it was certain ones like this that seem to hold the most money. You know what I'm like, I'll try these things. It doesn't always work out, you know what I mean? But on this occasion with the egg cups, it did alright. I did alright with them. I'll definitely buy them again in a heartbeat. Now, we're almost there, I think. There's a few things in the ceramic shed I'll grab in a second. I don't really want to. It's horrible out there. There's a couple of things in these boxes. Got these 2 horses, toy horses. One is Schleich and one is Meg, 1994. £14.99 plus postage. And they are in Big Thunder Mountain box. So I thought I'd name my boxes something a bit different than, you know, the usual A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, etc. And it also reminds me of why I'm doing this. Like, I really kind of want to get back to Disney and go on some nice holidays with my family. I mean, that's the end game, right? I mean, that's the, you know, that's why we do this, is it not? It reminds me that if I just keep selling, keep getting that stuff listed, keep going, maybe one day I'll get to go back to Disney and Universal again. That's the goal. Because it's you know, by far the most expensive holiday I've ever been on, and yeah, people would come up to me and be like, it was once in a lifetime trip and all this, and all I could think was, I don't want it to be once in a lifetime. I don't want it to be. I want to get back again, and it's a lot of money, but we're pretty frugal, me and Claire. I think we're going to make it happen. But there's nothing booked right now, unfortunately. So I need to get my head down this year, this 4th quarter going into Christmas. Really need to work harder than I ever have before. And then maybe we can start a little holiday pot to make that trip possible. And this will keep reminding me every time I look at these boxes. Soaring. We only went on that once when we were over in Epcot. Only once. Space Mountain, again, only once. Rip Ride Rocket, only once. I want to go again. Rise of the Resistance, that is a ride, I'm telling you. One day. Right, we're after a couple of horses, aren't we? There they are. The last thing from the boxes is these. Flintstones key rings, vintage ones from back in the 90s. I got all these a little while back, got a big bundle of key rings. Some of them went on to do pretty well. These ones not so much. You know, Flintstones, 90s. I find the Flintstones stuff doesn't do all that well for me. Although I did sell something last week that was Flintstones, didn't I? So people obviously still want them to some degree. There they are. So yeah, let's go grab the stuff from the ceramics shed. So we've got just the two items from in here. We've got this Pyrex dish, pie dish, for £8 plus postage. Yeah, not a lot on this one. And the other thing is these two Trade Winds bowls, £17.50 plus postage. I'll grab them off camera in a second because they're just behind this down there. There's the bowls. Actually, there is one more thing from in here. It's these bowls, Wood and Sons Jack's Farm. I bought these just last week. You would have seen them in the last video if you saw it. Paid £3 from the tip shop for this little set. Came with 2 bowls and then a set of 4 cups, saucers and side plates. And the bowls sold quick. There's the money back into profit. This won't go for all that much. The tea sets like this are never as good, but the bowls, the plates, some of the other bits, some of the more unusual parts of a set can do alright. They'll sell though, they're nice. Reminds me of kind of Emma Bridgewater. What do they call it when it's like this? Spongeware, I think. Okay, so that is almost it. I'm just going to have a quick look for those 2 items that I've not managed to locate yet. Right, I got the Bopit. I still can't find that bloody plate. Like, it's really annoying. Like, I am genuinely annoyed because we go to this much effort to kind of write everything down and everything's got a skew. And this plate is just nowhere to be found. I know I listed it separately from the bundle of plates that I bought alongside it, but I listed them on different days. I did the good one, what I considered to be the good one first, and then I did the bundle a few days later. It's definitely not amongst the bundle. I don't know where it is. I hate it when this happens. I hate it, but whatever, man, whatever. It's got to kind of... I just hope Claire knows where it is. I just hope she does. Anyway, I'm going to get on and package all this stuff up now. Later on, we'll go into how much stuff I managed to get listed over the weekend. I didn't get all of the Tupperware listed, but I got a good amount of it listed and everything else that we'd photographed as well. So we'll add that data onto the momentum board in a short while. I found it. Hey guys, so I'm in the shed. It is still as windy as anything out there. It is. At least it's stopped raining for the moment, but wild. It's wild. And I'm just kind of calculating what I've listed over the last 3 days so I can put it onto the momentum board. In fact, I won't put today's on yet because I plan on listing a few more things this evening, so I'll leave that for now. I'll just do Saturday and Sunday. And I just wanted to show you very quickly a few things that I've been listing. I got these 3 broomsticks listed. We had different ones. We had a tiger one, like the kind of standard one that you see everywhere, like the Ruby's, is it Ruby's Gifts or something? Ruby's Costumes. And then a more high-end one that lights up at the end. It's fibre optic and it's bigger. That's pretty cool, that one. 40 quid is quite achievable, especially this time of year on that one. Didn't pay a lot for these, like less than £3 a piece. And then just got a load of Tupperware, nothing too interesting there. We've got the Boss from Disney dinosaurs right there. Some tins, more Tupperware, there's loads of Tupperware. Just bits and bobs. Some of this stuff I've unlisted, relisted again. So you will have seen it all. I've got a gilded rose here. This had a bit of damage, but I only paid £1 for it from a boot sale. It'll go. It might take a little while just because of the damage on it. And yeah, bit of this, bit of that. That's quite nice. I bought this a while back, but yeah, I just hadn't got around to getting the nighttime photos with the UV light. Yeah, all the Russian dolls are listed now as well. I've realised that I can't put like 3 days of sales and everything into one video and it not be crazy long. For the time being, I'm changing it so that it's going to be 2 or 3 shorter videos through the week. In fact, I'll probably end up putting one out on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, one on a Monday, and then maybe one on a Wednesday or something, and roll it over. But those days could change. But also, like, just let me know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer a long, like, hour video with the whole week in one? Or would you prefer more bite-sized, kind of 20 to 25 minute videos, like 2 or 3 during the week? Let me know, because whatever you guys prefer the most, I'll try and kind of go for that. But I think right now, putting it all in one video is too much. I think it's too much information, especially when I'm bloody behind the camera talking. Too much information to get into one video, unless I cut out everything and I start cutting this out and cutting that out and cutting this out, and then like I will have said something earlier in the video and then the thing later on in the video that I mentioned no longer makes sense because I've cut out the thing at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? It's all these kind of things. So let's add up Saturdays and Sundays quickly. I'll do that off camera and I'll fill it in with you guys in just a sec. Saturday was 134 and Sunday was 255. I will try my best to list every day if I can, but there's always days where you got other stuff going on. But I think it's a good idea to maybe list at least a couple of items, if nothing else. You know, if it's just 1 or 2 items, it's better than nothing, like from the eBay algorithm point of view. Although, you know, it's all theory, isn't it, with the eBay algorithm for the most part. It's a bit of a guessing game sometimes at the best of times. But our average needs to be £100 a day, and we're still definitely succeeding that. I'm not going to work out exactly where we're at on this one, but we are definitely exceeding it by quite a bit. And that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these kind of what sold, and I guess what is it? What would you class it as? A what sold day in the life type of thing. That as I'm recording these videos, they're a lot more difficult than people make them look. Do you know what I mean? Trying to kind of be relevant, not waffle on too much, and for me that's very hard. It is. I try. Yeah. There's a lot more I want to show you, but I feel like it might be too much. So we got to leave some stuff for later in the week, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying it, because I love making these videos. If you did like this one, then hit the like button, subscribe if you've not already subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next one.